welcome to Tune of the Month. Happy October, it's fall, my favorite. This month, I thought I'd share with you one of my all-time favorite twisty tunes. This is a tune called The Whirlygig Reel, and it's by the great Canadian tune composer Bill Guest. Bill has written dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of really stunning fiddle tunes that we all play all the time, whether we realize they're Bill Guest tunes or not. I've done several of his tunes here on the Tune of the Month series over the years. And over the last year, I got to be in touch with Bill himself because one day he just called me. Kind of out of the blue, like I picked up my phone and it was Bill freaking Guest. And it just talked tunes with me for like an hour, and it was so fun. And we've been in touch ever since, just talking tunes like you do. So thank you, Bill, for all the inspiration, for humoring one silly YouTube fiddler who is pretty honored to be chatting tunes with you. And here is the Whirlygig. If you're just listening, thank you as always for stopping by. And if you're ready to learn it, let's do it. I'm in the key of C major, ladies and gentlemen, but part of what makes this tune immediately awesome is that it's C modal in the A section, which means we start with the C chord for the part one, and then we're gonna, instead of using the 4 chord, the 5 chord, and the 1 chord, we're gonna go down to the flat 7, B flat major for part 2. Ooh, spicy. All right, so I'm going to play the A section slowly. You'll hear that happen. It also helps sort out the part 1, part 2, part 1, and ending. Listen along, see if you can find those mini sections. Ready? Part 2. Back to part 1. Ending. All right, so if it sounds like a lot of notes, you're right, it's a lot of notes. But the good news is they're all like totally standard patterns. Little scales, little arpeggios, little frères, all things that we've done on past tunes of the month. Okay, so part 1, we have a triplet pickup. Triplet downbeat, everybody got that? I'll go part 1 in C major. And we'll land on part 2. Yeah, try it again. Triplet pickup, 3. It sounds so tricky, doesn't it? Now maybe you've already figured out the secret of this, which is it's not tricky. Those are all patterns you already know. But let's look at it. Triplet land, C major arpeggio. That's all it is. When you get to the top, neighbor, tone, and land. Do so that also sounds like a lot of stuff. It's not. That's just C major, right? Part of the C major arpeggio. Little decoration, and then C major arpeggio. And then we approach B flat. Everybody got that? C major. Approach your B flat, which is where we're going next. So the second part, C major, and land on B flat. That's all that's going on. C major arpeggio up, neighbor tone, C major arpeggio down. Like, how is he that clever? How is Bill Guest that clever that he can just use stupid, like, normal arpeggios and make it sound like the wildest thing ever? I think it's just brilliant. Let's try it again. All of part one. Triplet, pick up. Up the C major arpeggio. Neighbor tone. Triplet. C major and land on B flat. Good. Put it all together again. C major. One more for good measure. Triple land. C major. Neighbor. Triplet. C major. Land. All right. If you need a few more repetitions on that, I don't blame you. Just go ahead and rewind the video. It's the magic of the internet. You can rewind and practice with me as many times as you need. I love being your practice buddy. All right. So we've just finished C major and land. So here's the the B flat major, part 2. Okay, so again, sounds notey. It isn't. B flat major arpeggio. And notice we're back to C by the end of that. So B flat major arpeggio. Nothing too special there. Do you hear that little turnaround when I get to the top? B flat major. Turn around and land. Do just that much again. Yep. Now when you get there, this is the fun part. It sounds so fancy, and it's actually one of the easier parts to play the tune. Broken sixth. And then C major arpeggio to end. Oh my gosh. So broken sixth, we've done 6 on past Tune of the Month videos. If you've never seen them before, don't worry, go back and do other Tunes of the Month where we spend a lot of time on them, or you can just pick it up very quickly here. 6 are always pairs of fingers, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1, right. You get it. Adjacent pairs of fingers across the string with the higher number finger on the higher string. So this is a 6. Notice my fingers are together. I call it a 6 together in a half step. 3, 4. Now 2, 3 are apart. Do you see that's a whole step? So together, apart, and then C major arpeggio. And if you want to give that a little tap, you totally can. If you don't know how to tap it is, don't worry. We've done it in past Tune of the Months, or you can just listen and figure it out. Okay, so that's all of part 2. B flat major arpeggio, turn around, broken 6, and land on C. Just like that. Here we go. Let's do part 2. B flat major. Turn around, broken 6, together, apart, C major. Now notice something very important that I'm doing is I'm leaving. Do you see I'm leaving all my fingers down on the string there? I'm not playing. If you play one finger at a time like that, this tune is going to be nearly impossible to play. You want to use that technique that I like to call glue finger, where you take your finger and you glue it on the string and do not pick it up until you need the note directly below it for the melody. That will keep your hand really organized and much easier to play this quickly and cleanly. Let's go part 2 again, B flat major. Broken 6. C major. Yeah, pretty good. Let's do it one more time. B flat. Now you may have noticed that I've just landed this down bow, and I have to start the next section also down bow. I call this a sneaky double down because I'm going to go down twice in a sneaky manner. The next part 1 prime, notice it's almost exactly the same, only instead of going, I'm going to play through that C major arpeggio. That's why I call it part 1 prime. It is the same as part 1, but the prime signifies that there's just a tiny difference at the beginning. We have that full arpeggio through. All right, do it again, part 1 prime. C major and blend. All right, rewind if you need. You shouldn't need too much of that. And now we're at the ending, which is going to start just like part 2, B flat major. Yeah, listen again, B flat major. Did you catch the scale and arpeggio patterns there? Starts with the B flat major arpeggio. Now down the scale and a little turnaround, treble it to land on C, that very ending. I notice I'm slurring the triplet, so I slur the next 2 and land down bow. Yeah, so that's the whole A section. Any part you need to practice again, just go ahead and rewind, but us together, we're going to put that whole A section into one chunk. Here we go, triplet pickup for part 1, C major. C major, turn around, triplet, C major, and land on B flat, arpeggio. Little turnaround, broken 6. Keep go down bow, C major. Triplet. And ending. Down the scale, triplet, slur it, and good, repeat, part 1. C major. C major, and part 2, B flat. Broken 6. Part 1 prime. Ending, B flat. Down the scale. There it is, that's the whole A section. So it's still a lot of notes, right? It's like one of those really running 8th note reels. But the good news is it's super patterned. If you know your arpeggios in C and B flat, and you know your scales in C and B flat, technically you're good to go. You just got to put them in the right order. And I highly recommend rewinding and playing several repetitions along with my recording, because that will help it get easy and easier. Okay, so you do all the rewinding you want. I'm going to go on to the B section. Listen for patterns as always. 2, 3. Part 2. Back to part 1. Ending. All right, so do you hear again? It's super patterned. Bill Guest has done nothing tricky, just clever. Okay. So part 1 C major, I have 2 pickups. And notice I put a little tap in there. I'm keeping that ornament in as I teach it to you because it's pretty like functional. Right? Do it one more time, 2 pickups, and down. Second part. Yeah. So notice I've got a glue finger going on big time in my second finger. Now I'm going to keep it right there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you see how I didn't pick up my second finger until that open string? That's what makes this easy. Try it again, 2 pickups and a little turn. Now 2 pickups. This is basically down the scale twice. Down the scale, down the scale. And we call that pattern a shuffle when we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We've done shuffles on past Tune of the Months. You've probably done them in all the rest of your fiddling. If you haven't, that's okay. Go back and check out a past Tune of the Month that we do a lot of shuffling, or just pick it up quickly here now. You know the drill. So again, part 1. Little turn, C major, 2 pickups, shuffle. Yeah, if you need more repetition, just rewind. I'm gonna go now to part 2, which is the same pattern, only now we're gonna do it on a D minor chord instead of a C. Oh, it's such a great sound, isn't it? Listen, so that's that little tap turnaround centered around the D of D minor. 2 pickups. So we start the shuffle like normal, down the scale, and now instead of just doing the same thing twice because that would be boring, Bill Guest gives us a little flourish. Down the scale, D minor, arpeggio, and land. Yeah, do the little shuffle. Now notice I'm playing, I talk about the teams in my hands all the time. I have an odd numbered team, which is my 1st and 3rd fingers, and an even fingered team, which is my 2nd and my 4th, which also then includes my open string because 0 and 4 are the same pitch. All right, so let's do part 2. Odds team, stay odds. All the way down to the bottom. You see how that works really well? If you only play your odd numbered fingers, you're pretty much guaranteed to either get the exact right note or a nearly right note that's just a nice sounding harmony. Do it again, part 2. Odds team. Good, and when we've landed here, this is now part 1 again. Let's do it. This is the C major, turn, little shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. And then we have the ending. I think this ending is maybe my favorite part of the whole tune because it is like the simplest, most like, oh, sorry, did I do anything complicated? Who, me? No, never. It's just straight up F major arpeggio and then C major. And then the same like the A section, triple it, and so easy. Do it again, F major, C major, triple it and land. F, C, triple it, slur it, land. Do it again, ending. F, C, triple it, slur it, land. Yes, sir and ma'ams, whoever you are out there. Excellent, well done. That's the whole B section. Any parts of that you want to see again, just rewind the video. But let's now put the whole B section together. Ready? I have 2 pickups, and I'm going to do the little turn and shuffle on C major. Part 1. Turn. Shuffle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Extra. Same thing. D minor. Turn. Odds team. Back to part 1. Turn on C. And a shuffle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ending. Triple it, slur it, land. Good. Do it again. C major, part 1. D minor, part 2. Back to part 1. Ending, F, C, triple it, slur it, land. Nice! So it actually feels very comfortable, this B section, once you get it going, so long as you are using glue fingers, right? Just for fun, to finish here, I'm going to turn around and give you a rare backstage view of my hand. This is how it looks from my perspective. So you can see where I'm gluing all these fingers and match yours to mine. Here we go, B section. 2, 3. C major, I glue my second finger. You see it's glued? Part 2. I'm going to glue my third finger. Back to part 1, second finger, glue it. Second finger glues, first finger glues. Yeah, do it again. Second finger. Part 2, third finger glues. First finger. Ending. And that's the whole tune. If you feel like you hear me talk about glue fingers a lot, you're right. It's one of the most important skills us fiddlers can use to organize our hand through all the fast playing that we do and make it still feel and sound very easy. Not to mention in tune, because if I'm picking up this finger and putting it back, I have to make sure it's in the same place every time, and the chances of that are not very great, which would mean all of my C's would be slightly different out of tune. If I have it glued down, it's going to be the same C. It will match all the way through. It fixes my pitch. It fixes my speed. It makes me feel a lot less panicked because I'm not flying fingers all around. It also will lead to things like double stops, which we've done in past tunes of the month. It will lead to better string crossings. There's no downside. So if it's a new skill to you, this is a great tune to start working on it with, because without it, this tune will not work very well. Trust me, I've tried. So yeah, that's the tune. And if you'd like to see sheet music for this tune, you can make sure you're subscribed to my email newsletter. As always, jump over to my website, www.mariblack.com, and sign up for my monthly email newsletter. Every month when I send out my little hello to all of you, I will also send the sheet music for the current tune of the month. Just a little fun snippet, a little hello extra present for those of you who stay in touch with me regularly, because I love staying in touch with you. So if you sign up right now, you'll have all future tunes of the month coming to your inbox. And yeah, if that helps you, it's a nice little extra. I hope you enjoyed the tune, that you can use these techniques on many more tunes besides the Whirlygig, and go look up more of Bill Guest's tunes, because if you think this one's cool, yeah, just wait till you hear some of the others. He's the man. All right, I will see you guys next month.